How's that? Yay! Holy shit! Okay. Hi, Yef. Thank you. God. No, I was gonna try something where I would record on one OBS. That way, it didn't have like my face, this, all this stuff over here, all that kind of stuff. But it looks like it's taking priority. There we go. And then when I tried to close it, so that way, now it won't close without closing the other OBS as well. Dang it. Dang it. Damn it. Okay, so your factory is a good bit digger. It is a digger factory, that is for sure. Yeah, on the stream where you said chonky, and then I'm assuming went and did vastly more important things. All we did is we essentially just had this setup where it was just churning out dirt. We just put our hands up, put them behind our heads, and we just sat there and watched as it produced dirt. So our current goals are to have a refinery set up. That means nothing to you, Geff. The refineries, if you see these beautiful things, these pump void flux, or not void flux, raw void, from the void itself, and then we can put it into refineries, which will then turn it into this thing called void flux, which you can then pipe into devices, into things, and it halves the amount of time for crafting. So void flux plus power, half time. It's a lot better for us that way. But so that's what those are for. So we need a refinery setup. We need to finish the void science. This is our first void science. We want to get rid of that. We want to get that established, and then more power, because we are in the verge of collapsing constantly. Like, it feels like every time I build a like additions to the power, the more like excited for quality trains. I read that today. Oh my goodness. I'm probably really loud, aren't I? I read that today. I read they're getting rid of space casinos, so it kind of sucks that I was going to learn how to use space casinos, and now I don't need to, so I guess that's good for me. The trains, wild, right? 100 stacks. 100 stacks is absolutely crazy amount of storage to have on a train. That's wild. What else was in there that I loved? Oh, the graphical designs too. The Demolisher looks amazing. I don't really care about the Gleba setup stuff they had. Like they changed how the iron and copper rocks on Gleba looked. Don't care. Don't like Gleba. Don't care. And then what else did they do? Don't like Gleba. Hey. Yeah, no, Gleba is a trash planet. Fulgora is the trash planet. Gleba is a trashy planet. What were other things I was super excited about seeing with that? Oh, I saw like they redid the fluid stuff. I wasn't terribly too like. I thought like the fluid stuff was like pretty good as is, and maybe it's just me not understanding key critical things, but you know, I'm super excited. This stuff seems so cool. Yeah, I'm. Oh, fluid thing was an edge case. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I was seeing that whole section. I was like, this seems really nitpicky at best of like things we need to update and whatnot. Okay. Let's get refineries. We want to get refineries. Oh, I didn't even finish my like. Yeah, no, I did finish what we need. More power. That's right. More power. Okay. We have sciences here. We need to get refineries. Do I not even have refineries right now? I thought I did. Hang on. Only occurred when doing quality machines and the pipes couldn't keep up. Gotcha. Yeah, I saw his little animation between like what it was and like after the update and like what the difference was. And I was like, oh, there seems to be an improvement. I don't know. Factorio is an amazing game. I love playing it, and I don't know, I'm like the person that's like super diehard for it. And they're like, can you explain really anything about it? I'm like, no, but it's great and you should love it too. I love it, you should love it. I don't know why I love it, but everyone should love it. Okay, we need to get oil first. Okay. You got a star in the victory map? No. I don't know why. I never signed up for it. I think because when me and my friend when like Space Age first came out, we beat it. I want to say 4 days after the release of Space Age. Me and my buddy took, because it came out. No, that's not accurate. I can't remember which day it came out on, and then we took that Friday and Monday off of that week that it came out on, so that way we could play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and we beat Space Age in those 4 days. So we were pretty early on to actually beating the game. We didn't know about the star map until after we beat it. And then I think we were reading something about how you have to make a submission first and then beat the game. And then that's submitted, like, you submit a world or something like that, and then you beat it. We'd already beaten it, and we're like, we're not doing that again, so we never did. I could be 1,000% wrong on that, and I probably am. But with our very destroyed minds, because we spent those 4 days, I think we did 16 to 18 hours every single day playing. And so it very well could have been that, like, when we beat the game, we were so just mentally broken that we misread something. I need one of these guys. I need to make one. Yef, do you have a star map? Do you have a victory star? Never beat it? Why not, Yef? Why no beat? Out of anyone that I know, like, you're better at this game than I am. I got to Aquilo and had to restart. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Por favor? What do you mean? Had to? Just do. Like, what happened? You got to Aquilo, and you just... Not enough bugs? Not enough bugs. Oh, mod is not up, by the way. The mod is not up. I also want to point that out. Because I need to talk to mod creator and see if this new update, the 2.1, is going to mess with anything. So I need to get in contact. Okay, so you got to Aquilo, right? Got to Aquilo, there's no bugs. You felt like you'd solved the game. You'd beaten the game. So you kind of were like, eh, and then you stopped playing. Okay. That's like a complete opposite of what I feel like a lot of people go with. Because I feel like most people are like, they can't deal with the bugs. Like, they get tired of playing with the bugs. And then once they get to Aquilo, they get the other planets, they go, oh, this is... And then the game, like, speeds up for them from that point on. Okay. I have to re-remember. It's been so long since I've actually... Okay, I need rickety. Okay. I need to make some oil. Okay. Okay. I thought I was gonna have to like put it into a container or something, but just having it process it that one time was enough to finish it off. Okay. Let's... So we have that. Iron circuits. Okay. Well, I haven't made... I've literally made the bare minimum ingots. I don't even think I've done that. Yeah, I haven't even done like the 50. So any amount that I've actually made has been relatively pathetic. How much dirt do I have? I have 200. I forgot to get long reach, everyone. Everyone, I forgot to get long reach again. Oh, it's so painful. So painful not having that. Get in there. Oh my god. Okay. Butane and water. What do you do with butane? Oh, you can make... I think I'm just gonna make solid fuel with that for now, just to get rid of the byproduct of it. Let's see. Steel circuits. Still. Let's... Okay. We're just gonna give us a nice big expansion. I feel like that's gonna be big enough. Fine, that'll be big enough. Oh, our base has browned out. That's good. Also been playing Battle Brothers again. Oh, did us talking about it like revitalized your desire to play it? Why is that like that? Okay. I need to get power going again, which means I need to get there's not enough. Why did that pipe go bye-bye? Why is that flipped? Figure out automated power logistics yet? We are gonna do that right now. I actually completely forgot about doing any kind of thing like that until you just mentioned it. So what we're gonna do, I very intelligently cut all of the lines so that way the only thing. Thank you. I don't know. I have very intelligently cut all the lines, so that way the only ones that really should be going is through this one. I know that that one's there. That was a temporary problem, but we are now going to disconnect and disconnect. Okay. All right. Now what we need to do is that this placement is going to bite me in the ass, by the way. I can just tell you that right now. We're going to move it. Yeah. I don't have accumulators yet. I do not. Ah. I know. We will read no, can't do that. Oh, wrong. Okay. Okay. We just need this to read. Okay. Oh, medium. That doesn't matter right now. Okay, enable when. Because here's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is that it's gonna read its current power usage, right? So the amount of electricity in the device, it's gonna read that, and then when that goes low, like 50%, like I don't know, a certain percentage, if the machine is working. Okay, so outputs this if it's working. Is there really a way to steam them out? That's not a bad idea. Let's turn this on. Okay, okay, okay. I think the problem that with the steam amount, I think that's smart. No, no, yeah, it should still work because the reason why we start to die is that these guys aren't producing fast enough, meaning that they're gonna start running out of steam. Yes, yes, you are 100% correct. Okay. I gotta stop doubting Yep, man. It is. It seems like a very crucial thing to do is to stop doubting him. Okay. So if we can go, cannot connect to wires, cannot connect to wires. Of course not. Why? It would only make this easy. Damn it! I was hoping I could do something with the water. All right. So if we run this along. With this. Read contents. And if we enable it, I might not have enough pipe for this idea. Or because if we say 1,000, and as it's burning through that 1,000, yeah, no, it should be fine. Enable when fluid steam is greater than. Yeah, because we want this to turn. We want this to turn on, i.e., connect the two, when steam is greater than. Let's go 1,000. But I feel like in order to make that more, like, accurate, we'd want to run a pipe all along. So that way, would that make it more accurate? I don't know. Yeah. Let's start getting. Let's just start knocking research out. We've got too much research that we need to get done. Okay. Oh, let's. These guys. Okay. I never set filters on these fellas. Now all the stone and bad stuff will just kind of collect. And then we'll just have to go manually through and pull everything out, which should be fine. It should be fine. Okay. Probably issue is going to be if you brown out, your one at the bottom with the steam buffer will be the only one going. Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking, so I'd make the buffer want to stay at 80%. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we'll go, yeah, 20k. Yeah, because what I was afraid of is I don't have terribly too much iron on me right now. And making all the pipes. So if you only did 1,000, it might take a while to re-kick once the generation. Yeah. Can I... make me waste a bunch of landfill. And that should be fine. So if we go run this along. Gears doesn't help. Yep, that helps. That also helps. No. Stop it. Game. You know what I meant to do, right? I think maybe you did. You only did 1,000. Might take a while to recar kick start the engines on that. Yeah. I agree. Problematically, if you're gonna connect pipe, then whatever buff you set will work. Yeah. I think that's just going to be the vastly better answer, is just going to be connect everything up, set it to a number. Once everything dies, like, it'll all help itself out. And also I think with the, we're going to have steam power for quite a long time. Getting to nuclear in this is gonna be a bit, so I think just having everything have access to the same backup fuel of steam is gonna just really help us in the long run anyways. No solar in the void, you don't say? Now, okay, hold on. We do have solar panels. We can use solar panels. The problem is, solar sucks. You need so much space for solar. I ain't about to just... Like, if I was wanting to be a defiant bastard, which I tend to be, quality solar, still. I feel like I'm about to, like, really hurt myself on this. Okay. Rare adds an extra 30 megawatts. That's not good. That's not great in my book. Maybe I'm an idiot. That is a reality. That is a possibility. And I'm an idiot. But 30 megawatts, or kilowatts, my apologies. If it was megawatts, that'd been great. Kilowatts per solar panel it ain't the juice. For contrast, I feel like doing steam is probably better. Like doing quality steam engines, which I don't think anyone's made quality steam engines on purpose. Ever. I don't think that's ever happened. Yeah. Output. Is it connected? 6078? Consumption? Okay. Alright, so everything is now working. Like, Yef, what I truly do appreciate about you is your... Like, I was reading the thing, and they're like, you know, some people are not fans of quality, some people are. And what I heard was, our fan base really isn't into quality, but Yef is really into quality, so we're doing this mostly for him. I know there's more people into quality than just you, but I don't know him. I don't know him, and they seem like delusional people. I get on space stations and all kind of stuff that it is necessary because limited space. That's assuming your planet has normal solar levels. It does. Because I believe we are players. How? I don't know how to check. Maybe you can teach me how to check. But we're on technically Navis. We're on Navis. It just looks a little different. You know, it's still the same Navis that we fell in love with. It's just, you know, a little purple and gooey, and I hear it whisper things to me. Jump into the boat. It's gooey. You know, just very scary things. Alright, refineries. I need space, really, to make refineries. Yeah, make all of them. Well, make them here, I guess. Oh, so many fluids. I don't know about you, Yep. I'm a notification guy, where if I have little notification tickers, I have to clear them before I can, like, move on with my life. It bothers me too much to just let it hang. Just let it be. A bit much for me. Headphones are dying. Oh my gosh. I've contemplated if I want to get, like, oh, now it's itchy. Ugh. I've always contemplated if I want to go to, like, plug in and then just have the cord dangling, but I don't know. Cables are problematic to me. Just dangling everywhere, being in the way. Alright, am I going to be able to do that? Oh, yes, we're barely able to get away with it. Barely able to get away. Okay. I do find funny that, like, our base isn't small. I feel like it's fairly, like, relative to how long we've been in this. I feel like it's relatively large. And basically, everything fits in my inventory. It's very, humbling, I guess I should say. Speaking of getting things in my inventory, let's get this out of my inventory. We don't need this anymore, so we can probably switch that to just whatever is having the most backsplash output. Okay. Man. Let's switch this to these green circuits. You have to make void tronics. You have to make void chips, essentially. And then from the void chips, I believe you can make regular chips. How long does 1 second? 6 seconds. Okay. This is going to be a bit overkill, but oh my gosh, barrels. Barrels. The compulsion. The compulsion compels. Yeah, got that taken care of. Alrighty, we have automated green circuits. Enough for me to actually use it. So, let's get this stuff. Alright. And pipe. We need that. Yikes. Don't I have pipes being made? I swear I had pipes being called in from somewhere. Okay. I'm gonna just fill this in with even more. Missing iron. Of course I'm missing iron. Let's... Gonna just steal all that. And then I can even add some of this to those. Okay, fill these in a little more. Steel scrap. Do I need this many steel plants? Probably not. Okay. I am not able to void in pipe. Crap. When am I going to be able to do that? When in my void tree am I going to be able to void in pipe? Oh, no. I guess not. Yikes. Yikers. Yikers. Okay. No. No. If it never lets me void in pipe, but I can void in a nuclear reactor, I'm going to actually lose it. I'm gonna have a conniption fit. Please be there. There's that. No. Red belts, all that kind of stuff. Tracks. Yeah, definitely going to be able to use train tracks in this relatively soon. That's definitely a thing that's going to happen. Maybe it's further down this line of stuff. I don't believe so. Fine. We'll never be able to void in pipes. So be it. We'll do the intermediates of it. I.e. just iron plates. Really wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know why I was so distraught. A pretty minor inconvenience, to be honest. That one's still plugging away. This takes so long to do anything. Oh my goodness. 75 seconds, a minute and some seconds to actually get anywhere. It is ridiculous. Probably make a box for that. Now that I think about it, I'm just gonna stop outputting. Okay, let's actually start making some refineries now. Man, they're big. Yikers. I always forget how big refineries are. Okay. 400 raw in. 600 void out. Okay. And then we also get this water and then also butane, which we're gonna have to play with. Alright. I can connect water going straight across here. And I can reduce a lot of my usage on this. So if I were to go to avoid fuel, I did this. Oh, how am I going to make this somewhat compact? Also, I need 400. How much does one of this make? 8 a second. 400 every 5 seconds. Yikes. So I need 80 a second. Need 10 of these. That's a lot. That's a lot to keep this guy happy. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. I actually now need void circuits. Funny. Okay. How do we want this? How do we want this grand design to be? So we need 10 of those for one of these bad boys. It doesn't matter where we put it, okay? How do we want to go about that? I guess if we went... Man, if only the update was ready, I could flip these. But oh well. We went... No, because... Dang, this is going to be like a big umbrella underneath them. Because if you went, like... There, and there... Right, there's your 5. Which I feel like... Do that? Is that design? No, I think that's a pretty bad design because it's so fat. I feel like you need to have this all fit. Are these gonna just be giant matchsticks, essentially? Or we're just gonna have this... That's so huge. That's a big boy. Okay. Yeah. So these are not going to be touching. Got it. Let's do the same. Okay. that's gonna be how it's gonna have to be, sadly. I know that it'll eventually get bigger, or I guess smaller, because once we get productivity for these, we'll be able to actually greatly increase. Oh man, this is just so big. Okay, if I forget about these because they're temporary buildings, if I give myself some space. I could do... Okay. That I don't think is too bad. That's actually far too close. Because I have to deal with the water and the butane, which are going to be other additional considerations. Okay. So I can't have it there because it'll connect. Not there because I need to go 1, 2. Man, that is not pleasant. That is so freaking much landfill. Okay. I'm pretty sure I can cut a lot of this stuff out. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Get rid of this. And cut back. Alright, let's grab... I'm gonna start just breaking up some landfill. I'm pretty sure we have a lot because of just what we've done already with the landfill down here. But I feel like we're gonna need quite a bit more. Is DNM idea working? Yeah, we haven't really stressed the system yet. We haven't really given it the good old push to the edge. We're kind of just, we're sitting pretty. We've got plenty of these making stuff. We're gonna find out very shortly though, because I'm going to cut, because mathematically, if this all works currently, and by adding the flux, which reduces crafting time by half, I can get rid of half void oil. I can get rid of half of these, and we're gonna see how well that works. Yeah, void oil is a thing. Are you a big fan of the oil system? I know a lot of people are not big fans of oil, and that like it's kind of a slowdown for them. Solid void fuel production. Yeah, so this stuff here, this void fuel, it has the same properties as solid fuel. So it's basically void solid fuel. Okay, let's get this going. I don't mind it. Was the biggest hurdle when first learning. Yeah, I think I very much so just gave up on doing anything with it many a times. And I would restart and then get up to oil and be like, and then restart again. Because I was a coward. Alright. I think I have enough. I know I actually don't have nearly enough. What am I talking about? We're even close to having enough. And then pipes, of course. Which make more pipe. Yeah, when I was first playing the game, just oil was a big hurdle for me. Void Ocean, oh, in the corner. And then place you. I desperately need to get some automation on this pipage. Me handcrafting is not going to be a smart idea for very long. We'll just have that. Can I fit? Damn. Now, do I have another one? That's the question. And we can get that going. Crap. I want to move the steam. I feel like that's a bad idea. You can do that instead. Because it's not really going to go through that much. And then do this. Filter you. Ah, wasn't fast enough. Wasn't fast enough. Iron scrap, not steel scrap. And then limit. And then limit. Yeah. We need so much more. So many more. Oh my goodness, so many more. Okay. Let's get iron scrap taken care of. We can start pumping some of this out. You, throw you in that. Toss you in that, and that. Got it. We're there. We're there. We're moving and grooving. I didn't think about power. I didn't think about power. Oh. Oh, tell me. Oh. Oh, it works. It just works. It works. And it's all connected and it just feels good. Oh. You'll love to see it. Really, you do. Okay. And then that. There we go. Yeah, I've never felt so just elated of a design accidentally working. I feel like most of the time I do something like that and it just like, yeah, not even close, brother. You are gonna need to rebuild the whole thing. Steel. Why do you keep hurting me? What have I done to you? We getting Pyod mod at some point? Hey. I'm not scared. I'm not terrified. I probably will, and here I'll make a deal with you. I'll do Pionodons, but I'm gonna need a lot of help. Because I feel like that is going to put my actual whole body through quite an aggressive co-op. Hey, I feel like I would need to get a bit bigger, and I think what I'll do what I would envision being pretty cool, just so that way we don't get any bad actors, is I'll have a like a sub only invite code. So if you're a sub to the channel, or I think I might do like a Patreon thing as well, where I'll have an invite code, like the password to the server, and then we could do something like that. But I think that'd be pretty cool. My fear is that you just get you'd get bad actors coming in and just wanting to lay waste to stuff. I know I'm infinitesimally small for anything really malicious to happen, but more of I just don't want to put you and anyone that views through that kind of stuff. Because if you are someone that pays all that kind of stuff, I guess I would just have to. If I did, like, because you can change how many autosaves that a certain save has. So I think what I would do is on that, just have like 30 autosaves and have it save every like 5 minutes. I think I'll do something like that. So even if someone does come in and like, rah, and they rip everything up and blow a nuke up, and it's like 100 hours just gets wiped out, I can just go and boot that person, ban them, kick them, all that kind of stuff, and then we can just reload an autosave from however long ago. I think I'll have to do something like that. Yeah, not a bad idea. Steal. Yeah, autosaves. Lots and lots of autosaves. I think is going to be just the saving grace for something like that. I don't know, I haven't... I'm actually pretty unfamiliar with Ionodons. I just know that it's, like, outrageously difficult. I haven't watched anyone play it, I haven't seen a stream of anyone play it. I've just seen people mentioning it, and that it's a really good way to test, like, how masochistic you are. It worked! It worked! Oh, it's working! It worked! It worked! It fell below, and then it turned off. 100x science or bust? No. Bad Yef, put you in timeout. Oh shit. I did not mean to. I didn't know timeout was that severe. Oh shit. Like, I just meant to be playful. I didn't mean to nuke you. Shit. Oh my god. Wow. I'm sorry, Yef. I'm truly... I apologize. I did not mean to do that to you. Oh my god. Is there a way... Hold on. Can I unmute you? Have I just... Oh, I feel like a jerk. Damn. Damn. No, don't do that. That is currently... Is there a way to view... Here's pop-up chat. Wow. I did not mean for that to be that rude. Damn. Yeah. Okay. Nah. We'll get this figured out. Oh, Yef's gonna be so mad at me. I don't even know if you can still see this. Oh, he's gonna be so upset. He's gonna be like, what did I do? And I'd be like, I was just being playful, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill you. Ban viewers. No. Okay. You know what's funny is that he probably knows, because Yef is a highly intelligent individual that we greatly respect around here, that he probably knows how to like not ban him, but undo the thing. And he's like, hey, I would love to tell you, except for you nuked me. Nope, that's not it. Shit. Well, I feel legitimately bad, yeah. If you can still see this. If not, I'll key mark in the VOD when this is, so that way you can see my apology, because I legitimately feel horrible. I did not mean to absolutely just send you to the fucking Shadow Realm. I wanted to be, like, silly and not kill you. Oh. Unban requests and moderation settings. That's not helpful. Oh well. I'm sorry, F. I deeply apologize. I'll find some way to make it up to you, because that was so overblown. Oh. Wow, I like legitimately am sweating from just how bad that made me feel. I'm so sorry. Damn. Number one fan. Honestly, my only fan, and just punched him in the face for no reason. Oh god. Okay. Well, we'll find out in 10 minutes if he's still a friend or if he's now foe. Okay, if we go like this. Is that? Yeah, it's on the very edge of it. It should just get that, right? Yeah, but you need to get... Oh, you don't need those. You probably need that one just to connect everything, but outside of that, you should be fine. Do that. And such. Okay. These fellers are now working? No, they're not. Now they're working. That's pumping. Pumping real good. Okay. Oh my goodness. Why is this still running? Because of you. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. So we're gonna do this. Oh, not quite. That's a bit painful for the distance to have to cover. Okay. Awesome. I built my own way. Okay, maybe we don't. I was thinking we would go from the bottom, but I think maybe that is a bad idea. Well, our base is having a stroke now, and that's... I wholly deserve that. Okay. So let's go flip all of these so they're all in line. That's just gonna cause everyone to start seizing. Oh my god. Here's what we're gonna do. Wiggle, wiggle. We'll run it. Yaw. Go yaw. And then keep going. But they all. Yeah. So now, this is now part of the process, so we'll do that. We just gotta make sure that this isn't connecting to anything. It's not. Alright. Yes, the water. So we'll do this and that. What do we need to use? What does butane need? What can we do with butane? That's methane. We can make solid fuel, essentially. Yeah, there really just seems to be the only thing that's good for. Solid fuel it is. So we'll figure out how to, like, plug in some solid fuel into this. Or maybe I don't and I just throw it in a chest. Like that. Oh my goodness. Can't do. I deserve this. This is my penance. Okay. What I did was very uncalled for and very rude, and this is my penance. Alright, so now we need to get the water with everything else. Can I see it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they will be able to see you if you go and get me. Okay, let's... Water is the only thing. Well, it is right there. We're gonna have to go up. What's steam buffer? Yes, you're back. I'm sorry, friend. Oh god, I feel horrible. I feel so bad. I meant to be playful and I just like nuked you from orbit, trying to be like, haha, hee, boom. Steam buffer is literally at the threshold, and so that's why we have flickering on and off power. That should turn around once I actually get this moving again. Because it should, all these should start building, and like all this should start actually producing steam and all that good stuff. Okay. Go with that, and I can make it. Why are lower generators not burning then? Are we talking about these ones? The reason these ones were not is because we flipped to the void flux. So this makes the void flux, that gets pumped through this whole system. I was dealing with the water and the butane that this gives off as a byproduct. And so we figured that out with turning it straight into solid fuel, which we'll be able to figure out how to feed this into that. And then water, which I need to plumb in to this. Yeah, it was temporary. It was very much so temporary. Hopefully it was temporary. Yeah, things are just looking gross and weird. Just for the moment. And we're just trying not to look at the flashing, blinking lights of strobosity. Okay. Grab some more iron. Sure, I guess. I told you, damn it! I told you we didn't have the mod active. I told you we didn't have the mod active because of the update upcoming, and no, it's not. It's not all good. Okay. Yes. I need you to accept my apology. I ban your ass. I don't ban you. I timed you out, which deleted all your messages. I feel so sorry. And then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get some revenge. Because he was a bastard to me. I'm gonna spawn 15 biters on him. And then you do it, and I don't even have the mod active. I'm so sorry. I feel like such a dingbat. hold on. You choose to believe that the revenge is coming. Don't worry. Yeah. Let's... Here it is. Let's see if the... Better if you forget. You're not wrong. Hold on. So I set a timer on it to go off, so it can't be used more than 15 minutes. Because I didn't want people to absolutely just bombard me with biters. So I cannot test it until that timer comes off. Which really I should just, I don't know. I should have that for like here certain people. Alrighty. We are using all of that. But we all also need to like get rid of half of these because of speed. I am an actual ignoramus. Here was my thought process, okay? I was like, well, I don't want to ruin this whole setup. I'm going to chop every other one. I'm going to get rid of every other one. And then that's half. And then I'll have half as many, but it'll still run the entire length. I'm an idiot. Because they're connected, they need to be... quick mouse. Yeah. Okay, so how many do I have? I've got 15. Okay, so I can get rid of 7 safely. Quick mouse. And as you can tell, like, these are still absolutely full. I did more than 7. Oh well. It'll be fine, right? Okay. I think what I'll do, actually, is just pump these full of that. That one doesn't even have an output. I wonder how long that's been the case. Okay. So now we should be fine. That took, I'm assuming, a pretty hefty load, because these are kind of power demanding. Taking 7 of those off is really going to help us out. And from my understanding, let's see. Yeah, it looks like... Are they running out? No, they're not. Yeah, this one stopped at 422. Yeah, it's still gaining. Okay. I'm not worried. Got alarms yet? I do have programmable speakers. What demonish idea do you have, Yef? What idea do you have? When solid fuel box fills. Oh man, he's thinking. He's ahead of the curve. It's getting there pretty quickly too. So really an ingenious idea. Soon, DM. Okay, so yeah, read contents. How much is that? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 5,000, 10,000. Yeah, 5,000, 10,000, 15K. Okay. So just at 15K. Is greater than. Shut up. Shut up. And we'll put surface because we're probably going to get far away from this thing eventually. Thanks, yeah. 50 times 10 is 500, not 5,000. Yeah. You're... CF, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong because it's humiliating if you're not. It's humiliating for me if you're not wrong. Which you're not wrong, but I'm gonna say you're wrong. My man's backed out. He's like, yeah, fuck this fucking co-op idea. Fuck you. I ain't putting no work in anything you touch. Yes. Yes. Hey. I want you to look at the tags on this stream. Tell me if one of them says anything about me being intelligent or good at the game. There's no expert play. There's no high level play. It's just chill, fun, vibes, funny. There's nothing that says anything about I'm smart, okay? 500, 1,000, 15, 1,500. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now that I've been thoroughly humiliated, how is our backlogs doing here? Okay, we're at 1,000, so we are doing pretty good. These are still running pretty well. I guess I can get rid of all these. Nope, not that one though. That one's crucial. Okay. And so those are all burned down. These are working on the 8th one. Yeah, and these are all going to be chuckable. Can I get away with way less? Like if I take like 3 more off, can I get away with that? Because I tried doing maths in the for the previous setup of it, And I thought I did a good job, but as we have recently learned, me banana man, me not know very much about really anything. Why is there a bunch of junk on this? You. One inserter. Damn. Yeah. Okay, how is our steam reservoir doing? Totally fine. We've reduced power usage. All is good. All is good. Now the question is this. These are all full. He's filling up. Efficiency modulars when? Now, that is a good question. Slightly different. So they don't use the traditional efficiency modulars. They use these essentially the same thing, but runes, right? So those are, I believe, a little bit further down. I don't think they're terribly too much farther away from us. But they are... Yeah, here they are. So if we move away from, like, science, we can get these pretty quick. Oh, wow. What is it? Okay. Fiber optics, cool. So, I'm thinking that, I don't know, I think I'll just build this out as is, and then if it's far too many later on, I'll delete a bunch of it. But until then, I'm gonna leave it. Leave it be. Okay, how are these three doing? That's a big void. But is it? It is. Okay, we need to put those two back. Later. We'll put them later. Okay, let's get more steel. And then we need to work on 10 more. Another one of these. And also all the infrastructure around these. That's good. That should be good. There we are. Okay. Steel, you're gonna have to move, which is a little saddening. Yeah, that's not gonna be too happy about that. Okay, we do have a lot of undergrounds. Thank goodness. I was getting a little worried. Okay. And then the same. Yeah, that is actually the worst spacing possible. That makes me rationally, not irrationally, rationally very angry. That is just one off of every single one. Yeah, and I can't. Dang, that's... That is painful. Okay. Water does have an outlet. Do we generate enough for me to get rid of this guy? Let's find out. This is gonna end horribly. I can literally feel it. Okay. Now the butane. More iron plates. In with you. In with you. Beautiful. Now to build. Of course. Yeah, let me through. Let me. I know I can get past somehow. God damn it. No. Fine. I feel like a little dingbat sometimes. Because these make 8 a second, right? This needs 80 a second. Does that not mean 10 of these for this? Because in reality, it looks like 5 are only working. What if we just got rid of 2? Let's see how that goes. Oh. Need a little more of the void. Fill in the void. There we go. Place that. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be pumping in with everything else. Why no work? Why did that not work? Oh, we're just completely out of water. That's why. Gotcha. So no, these do not generate enough water to actually do anything. That sucks, because now I need to figure out how to actually do the thing. All right. That's working. That's working. That doesn't have anything with it. What broke? Yeah, water. It's literally just, I disconnected this because I wanted to see if the generation of water through these guys going up and around and feeding into here would generate enough water where I don't need to have this guy pumping in. Because if I could essentially just have a water cycle where it just feeds itself, I was hoping for that. That is not the case. It does not work. So we're gonna need to move on from that idea. And then we have to deal with the water, because these are going to be, like, this happily fills all of these up and then some. So we're gonna need to think of something else to do with all this excess water. So that's gonna be fun. Also, I need to get rid of all this iron junk out of me. Guess I can do that as well. Build furnaces. Smart idea. Okay, this is a wholly inaccurate test. That's also a wholly inaccurate test because I need this to be with under stress, which it's not going to be. Alright. So, we now have the capability to make things faster. Problem is, we are sandwiched in here, where we're not able to really do anything with anything. Let's use that, let's use that. Void gems, void gems. This is gonna be fun. Void gems. The one thing I do think we need to flip to liquid, and actually isn't going to be a giant pain in the butt to do, he says incorrectly, is going to be getting these guys. Okay. We're getting rid of all this. And we're going to flip these into the liquid version. And then I think from now on, I'm going to try and make all my builds horizontal versus vertical, so that way when I do the thing, it just automatically makes them link up, versus what I have to do now is flip them all. Liquid bust. Basically is what's gonna have to happen with us here. Of course. Yeah, so basically like foundry logic is what we're gonna have to do. Alright. Now that should be way faster. 50% faster. 50% faster? Yes. 20 seconds versus the 40 seconds I believe it normally took. Do I have? I have 7. Okay. I really want to stress. I need the calculator. Because I'm far too silly brained, actually. do the math on this. Makes 405 seconds. It needs 600. No comments. Yep, you wound me more than a blade ever could. And add to the pain. Nothing. The mod is broken. Got it. Invisible biters, I thought, turned off rampant. That, it could be that it's set for, like, it's meant for rampant, because we're not on rampant and it's not working. That also, that very well could be it. Shit. I'll just have to have a conversation with the mod creator about how to go about this. But we will get the 15 spawn biters. I'm not researching nothing additionally. I ain't put more ammo on me until we do. Researching damage wise. Everything is going to stay exactly the same until we can correct that wrong. Okay, so this is under load, and it's instantly filling up. These are their reserves increasing. 576. If it goes higher than 576, we know it's increasing. It is lightly, ever so slightly, dropping. Okay. Meaning that it will eventually run out. Right, 536, 386. God, numbers, man, numbers. 386. Yeah, no. So, okay. That is accurate. The way I have it. I don't know if you've realized what's wrong, and I don't want you to yet. I don't want you to realize. You already have a bad opinion of me. I don't want it to get worse. Oh, God. So 25, is that going to go above 25? It does. So those two are missing out, meaning this is not enough. So let's go ahead and add one more. And that should change that equation. I have the burner. Steel furnaces now. Okay. Oh. Yeah. It looks so neat. Need to add priority pumps to power. Or you get plenty. Yeah, so the problem we just had with these two running out was that we just didn't have enough of this. Now, with the Void Flux, I do think that is a very smart idea, getting priority pumps, that this gets first priority, and then whatever else will go wherever else it needs to go. You got some purple juice going to landfill, possibility to run out. Yeah, 100%. And especially if we're doing a liquid bus, then we're definitely going to need to prioritize power and then everything else later down the line. Oh, engines. We have to make engines. I have a bunch of dirt. So I think it's time to play everyone's favorite game, is drop a bunch of landfill everywhere. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go to the back of this. I'm just gonna square this off. Eat. And then, let's see. Yeah, I think we needed to have our bus go actually the opposite way of where I'm pointing, that way. I'm never gonna get used to that. But we need to have it go the opposite way. I missed the giant pits already. Okay, I'll bring the pits back. It's inefficient. It's inefficient to use all that. It does give it a cool aesthetic too. I'll leave that alone. Okay. I missed the giant pits already. Death Man, you're hilarious. You're an absolute killer, man. Okay. We're gonna have to rebuild all this, aren't we? I don't like to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to. I don't want to hear it. Okay. It's just a starter base. Yeah, it's just the starter base. I just don't want to have to tear it all down. Because then I tear it down, I have to put it back up, and it's just going to be oodles of pain. Okay, well, quit bitching about it and just start getting to it. Stop it. Inventory full. Void bots go. I was very much so debating. Do I have the starter bots where it's like you have a Robopore on you and like you start off with like very basic, or if I just go in raw? And as you can tell, we're kind of far away from actually getting bots, so we're gonna be just solo hanging. For quite some time. I'm gonna make a bunch of these ones. Okay, what are some stuff? I can get rid of that. And get rid of this. Get rid of you. You. Get rid of you. Awesome. Oh, the slow death. Okay. These are the dumping grounds. We are going to end up with a bunch of stuff in our inventory. Bold choice using ammo when you can't make any more. I can. Like, can I even... Your words, not mine. Oh, shit, you're right. I said I wasn't gonna make any more ammo. Fuck. Once I get the mod working again, and we spawn the 15 biters, then I will make a bunch of ammo. Until then... Yeah, you're right. That wasn't the smartest move. Yeah, you're right. That wasn't smart. Okay. Okay. 15 biters. It really depends on what level of biter do we end up getting. Because if it's just like 15 small biters, like the very beginning biters, because we haven't made any pollution, I guess time, but I don't think we've spent that much time doing this. 37 with a pistol should be doable. But if they're medium biters, 37 ain't gonna be enough. Yeah. So let's also not like pretend that I haven't just caused myself a ginormous painful process for myself, but I'm a man of my word, if nothing else, so I will stick to it. Now, yeah, if you were upset about me getting rid of the pits. Yeah, who knows what mod does /pollution in this? Yeah. Can I get rid of these little strips? Do you appreciate the strips? The little holes? Or do you want... Or do you want the big ones back? The big ones I'll bring back, but these little strips, do these bring you joy? Keep the ones that look aesthetic, not giant little rifts in the ground. Okay, I need landfill. Bring that in. And then dump everything else. Get rid of all these ones. I've never been an aesthetics kind of guy, but I think we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn in this run how to be aesthetically pleasing. Okay. Rip this all up. And rip this all up. There we go. Goodbye. So sad. See you later. Clean this all up. Alright, we have space again to start running some pipage. Yeah. And we'll just run that line down the middle. Okay. What are we gonna need? A whole bunch of this. A bunch of yous. You. Probably gonna need actually a lot of you. Okay, some of that. More gears. Gonna need to toss those in. Yeah. Alright. Because I think for my power, like this, I think I can just oscillate back and forth and we can keep going backwards. For our power generation, we can just keep going up. And I think we'll be fine that way. Our sciences, I think, is going to be fine being there. And we'll just leave that be. And we can keep developing further back as well. Same with the power. Now, for everything else. Landfill, we'll just keep going down as well. So I believe first thing we want to do is we want to have a mall section. This is probably going to cut power to a lot of stuff, but oh well. So, first, any more undergrounds, any more undergrounds? Nope. Okay. So we're going to want to build a mall. And I think the best way to go about that is it's funny, it just dawned on me. I said not terribly too long ago that we are going to try and make builds that are long, and then I build my bus long ways. So now everything has to be vertical. I curse myself literally every day. Alright, so go ahead and get this set up. You don't need you. Oh, the alarm, the F alarm. Yeah. Huh. Well, I don't have a use for it right now, so it goes there, I guess, for now. Okay. So So let's go and rip up all this. Do the rip up dance. This is gonna take forever. Probably should just wait until I have bots to do that. And then chest. I'm gonna do another one like this. And then filter to only take that. Now the problem with what I have currently set up here is that we will eventually run into a scenario where filter reds, filter belts, filter undergrounds, filter splitters. Got those, got those. What else are we gonna need? We're gonna need iron. Yeah, let's put some limiters on this stuff. And then we'll do 2 because we're gonna need a bit bigger of a backlog before anything else. Okay. Why am I doing this? Get rid of all of those. Okay. And then thusly. And then belts, iron. Oh, that was splitters, and that's undergrounds. Yeah. Then I can just connect across. Probably should redo this. I think I'm going to redo that. So that way it goes into a belt and then goes into a singular chest. Because I can have it divide... I'll have it divide like landfill and foundries into separate categories. That's going to be good for us. And then this is a different direction, so we can actually just put a pump probably there. So that way everything stays nice and tidy in line. Okay. Continuing with this theme. We're gonna want gears, iron rods, and that, I believe, as well. That up one, and then move that one up one. It just looks so much better. Oh, I never put the filter on for iron plates on this guy. And we'll do the same with this. Gears. And then do that. What did I set for this? I think I just left it be. I'll limit it to a smaller size. I'll do 2 for those, just for personal use. Okay. I think that's all I can currently do. In the terms of, a mall of any kind of situation. I didn't even gonna need stone because of that, and steel. Okay, I was completely freaking wrong. Glass is only really necessary for labs, but I guess we should have something for it. Filter glass. Filter that. And filter bricks. Bricks, where you at? Hello? Wrong category. Dang. Yeah. Okay. I'll have that. Anything else that we're probably gonna need? I think we're good. Everything else probably needs to be made in, like, ore stuff. Okay. So we have our mall set up. So now we can continue onwards. Let's remake red science again. So red science. I don't want to do that. That'll block me from being able to add in. Let's give ourselves a little bit of space. The red science 5. Right. Yeah, we want to go out like that. Okay. Get that. That lined up. Okay. There's the 5 for that. If I remember, it was... Well, we're doing liquid, so we probably only need 1. Probably only 1 gear facility. Yeah, so we'll go and put that here. Wrong one. That'll make gears. Let's make 2. Okay, so we're... Okay. Okay, we'll do 3 anyways. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's a little overbuilt, but who cares? Okay. No. We'll go like that. Okay. Now, for this side... with the copper... 0.1. Dang, really? I'm barely gonna need 2 for that? Why does that seem different than... I don't know. Past Chandler is an idiot. Current me is not an idiot. Boop. Okay. That's done. That's done. Let's get... like that. Oh, you know what I definitely need to do? And I didn't do, because I'm kind of a genius. Oh, what was that? Bricks. No, I need to flip that back to bricks. Here's what I need to do, is get these to pop out these, because that's basically... we really don't need belts, but we are going to need those. We'll do that. We'll leave that pretty wide open. We'll leave that just to the first row. I'll just leave that open. Alright, so it looks like we're starting to run out. Looks like we're getting low in the cells. How are we doing with... that is connected. That is also connected. So we have the 10. And all of these are completely full. I think I could get away... I probably can't get away with one. Like getting rid of one of these. We'll just leave it be. But that guy is not able to keep up anymore. We're gonna need to build out this one entirely. That. Capture you. Yeah, good job, me. So this one should be running full speed ahead here in just a little bit. No, because that one's wrong. They did the blueprint wrong. Yeah. There we go. Need void circuits. Add it to the mall. drop that down. Void circuits only. Yep. So what we have we need to disconnect that. That's not interacting with anything. That's all sucked into a loop. And we need to disconnect all of this. There we go. I guess technically that's fine. What we should probably do instead is that. Because then I can disconnect. Connect. There we go. That'll give our base a nice amount of spacage to work with. Okay. So that should get everything that we need for that. Need to make sure that he only drags in that stuff. Let's grab a few more of these. That looks like that's gonna line up just perfectly. Okay. Connect all that. Okay. Now let's work on getting green science where we want it to be. I feel like I could do that on this side. Don't want to get in the way of that. I'll probably just go over here more. We'll go here. I'm a fool. So 6. Front one. And then belt. Yeah. Pull that all in. And the last one. L to the yeah. Hell yeah, yeah. Get a little further out. Was a little tight on that. Okay. Now we can go on this side and do the same. Input. I'll probably flip that around, but it's all the same. So what we need for this, 0.08, 0.08, okay. What does that make? 0.1. Okay. So, all right. 0.1. 16. 32. Of every 4 of these, we need 8, 16, 32. 8, 16, 32, 40. No, I messed up on that one. 8, 16, 32. For every 5 of those, we need 1 of these. Or 4 of these. Okay. So we'll do 2. Of these once. And then what is our point to? Oh, okay, yeah. So we'll just do 2 of these ones as well. And I guess what I can do is bring them down this way. And then we can go like that. Just to make it a little bit better. Well, you get that. Okay. Got those ones, and got those ones. And then plops. Okay. Now I need to run that. Have that one. Yeah. Now that should be getting going. We're just so much is getting used with all of this. Okay. There's my little starting square. Humble beginnings. So, yeah, we're just not pumping out enough, is really what I'm hearing. Or are we not? Because that's saying it's completely... No, it's empty. Womp womp. I'm silly. Let's get our circuits. Thank you. Oh. And more pipes. That one should be coming along. I'm surprised none of these are actually, like, full of water. Because I thought they would definitely... I don't know, maybe I don't understand how this water... Because I thought it would, like, balance between this and that. Like, this would be full of water. which would prevent these from actually being able to, like, unload their water. But guess I'm wrong. Thankfully. So that one's fully operational. We just need to make another 10 of these. Okay, dump it. We're gonna take 3 of you. Man, once we get bots, it's gonna be so easier to deal with this stuff, because all you do is just make a little request. All the junk just goes to the place you want it to go. Pull that. And then we'll just fill that up with what we can. Okay. Oh my goodness. Only gears. And this is only gonna filter plates. Gotta make sure I do the same with this too. Otherwise, it's gonna be a catastrophe. Only do that guy. What I kind of want to do, because I have so many of these. Grab all those, grab all these. I think that's all of them, right? Yeah. And then I can just dump it all in there. And with those. Probably shouldn't have done that, but oh well. And then we can fill that up with gears. Oh shit. Already full again. Yeah. That is gonna be a problematic. Yeah, our butane's already filling up. If that's the case, what is the probability that I can just get rid of this entirely? And instead we can just have butane fill everything. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna cut everything off for just a moment. And that's probably gonna help us a lot in the terms of getting much more sustainable power. Because it is a byproduct that can be used for much more important things. Glass. Haha, thank goodness I made glass. Okay. And it really doesn't matter how long it takes. Because it is just... Wait, is there a way I could do this? Yeah. Hold on. butane, butane. And then output, output, right? You'll put you low again. And then if we did that, you can't do it like that, but you can. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. That looks so good. Okay. Let's copy this because that's probably going to be a better thing to actually... I'm not even looking at how many I need, I'm just building a bunch because I need the butane to go away. Oh, don't do that. Instead, grab. Let's grab. Okay. Now let's bring the butane to us. Let's get rid of that. Wow. Review. Connect. No. Perfect. I think I'm gonna do is bring this line. And we can throw a chest down. Toss that all in. As well as that. Now, is this going to cause us massive problems in the future? Probably. But that's for future me to deal with. And future me does not exist currently. Okay. Wow, we have cut power down significantly. Even with like the amount of stuff we're producing. Because these are just so power hungry. I'm gonna need to make a bunch more of those, aren't I? Those. I want to make sure that I have enough. Okay. Oops, did not mean to grab all those ones. Oh well, I have it now. Yeah, it's gonna be a sec till he fills back up, but toss that in. Okay. Let's make a bunch more of these. Whoa, why low power? Connect. Connect. There we go. So we have the 5. Let's add those down. Four. Okay. Oh wow, really? You gonna play with me like that, dog, huh? There we go. We'll just go on. Make some. Not quite yet above making that stuff. Hell yeah. Seems like these guys are completely empty. Yeah. Looks like everything's gonna just kind of roll on out. Just gonna let this flow a little bit. Oh, that's why. You. That looks clear. Awesome. Alright, I feel like we are we're almost there. We're doing the good thing. We're almost there. We have power, which is being provided by these. Oh, it's missing an entire row. That's why. A modular armor for nothing. Do that. Yes, this is so necessary. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. So necessary. Okay. We shaved off 36 of these. How many megawatts is that? 2 makes a megawatt. Right. So 20 is 10 megawatts. So what? 15 megawatts is what we shaved off. Yeah. There's from these to that. These are way smaller. And these are smaller still to these, so. That's a lot of energy saved right there. Alright, I think that's a good stopping point. Because what problems, what objectives did we solve? Right, we have the refinery set up. We actually need to start the Void Science. We never really came around to finishing it. So we need to rebuild Void Science. Rebuild Void Science. We definitely are going to need more power, because even though we're looking at a substantially better increase, we're still going to need more. And then, what are we going to need? What other stuff are we going to need? All finished. Research. Oh man, what else are we going to need? I think... Oh, okay. So, a little different than the refinery setup, we're just going to need more void. Okay. More void flux. We're going to rebuild Void Science, and we're going to need more power. I think that's going to be it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching, if indeed you still are. Let's go raid somebody. We haven't raided someone in a very long time, and I kind of feel a little saddened by that. I want to stay in the Factorial world. We have some friends doing some other things. But let's say hi to someone new. No, it's Game Girl. Let's go say hi to this individual. Oh well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, if indeed you still are, and peace.